One, two, three. One, two, three. All right. So another live stream. Once again, you gotta keep up with these because I can't remember to do them. Gotta share it out. That's what share. How do you share? Ignore you. Dee. I have to try and remember how to do this. Don't make it any easier that I'm using StreamYard now and makes it a wee bit easier, hopefully. And maybe get some people in and share and show and share this out on the Facebook. Somebody's trying to talk to me on Facebook Messenger. Oh, so this has been a pretty frantic couple of months for me. I got a video. Well, after I do this, I will be editing the video. Hopefully, updating everybody on the madness. It is actually crazy how weird it is to do a live stream again. Gotta keep eyes on this, but I have two screens set up, and there's Heads. What about you, man? How are you? Hope you are doing well. I've been catching up on some of your videos recently. I haven't got caught up in anybody's videos in the last 3 or 4 months. It's been absolute hell. Oh yeah, I'm back to drinking again too. Ironically, something that I rarely am is a drunken donkey. But yeah, it's been a pretty mad couple of months. I've been in isolation. I've been working flat to the board. I've been out this week doing installs. It is really weird how working for a small business, you do everything. Everything that you think you need to do, you probably do 4 times that. Ah, dear. I've been upsetting people on Facebook too, telling them that Valentino Rossi is not gone. He will be back. Like those dodgy pop groups from the 90s. He will be back when he needs the money. Got the Armoy t-shirt on this the day, and the 151s. I thought it would be a good idea to wear these to work, and it was not a good idea. Oh, holiday? What's that? The 10 days sitting in the house for me was enough. I don't think I could possibly have a holiday unless I was leaving the country. Me and the girlfriend were actually talking about going to Enniskillen and hiring a boat and actually doing a boating holiday. Should be an experience. If we do it, I'm not sure what we're doing. For me and work, September is their busy time, so it's pretty much gonna be not this year. I'm gonna get a holiday, but I think I have tons of holidays to use here, and I plan on using every single one of them. Oh, there's the fuzz. Alright, Fuzzy, how's you? Yes, it has been a few, if not a feckin' millennium. How are you, man? You doing well? If you want, Fuzzy, I still have that XT660 brake disc. I shall organise with you to get that because I am going to bin it soon. And if you can make something out of it and sell it and get a few quid, you work away, mate. Just remind me about it because I have a brain like a sieve. I agree with you, Zeds. I've been considering doing it myself. The only problem I find with doing the winter stuff now is you don't know what's going to happen in 2 months' time. And no, my luck, I will say something now, and in 2 months' time, it will bite me in my ass. What's that? Trying to start a clothing brand. Nice. You got to get the money. I've actually been talking to a few, talking to one of the guys in work about ordering some gym equipment to maybe sell. Because if it's cheap enough that I can order it from the supplier and sell it and make a profit, it might actually be a thing. Working for a fitness company might even be a bonus, but I'm not sure what I want to sell. I have currently moved into the girlfriend's house and that was strange. The camera on my helmet has taken a she outfit. It better not have. Yep, it has. Sweet. It can be used. What are you going to use a brake disc for a bike that size on a bike that size? Why do I like clothing? I'll send you a pic later. No, you don't hear wedding bells. I've literally just moved in the last 2 weeks. 2 weeks ago, I have literally, as of last night, just moved my clothes into a drawer. I have still, to this side of the room, a lot of junk. which will be on eBay very soon because some of it I don't even need anymore. I think I kept it for nostalgia reasons, but I'm going to be selling that good for a bit of it because why not? You got to make the money. Fuzzy, did you ever get your bike sorted? I was looking through the video of the run, and I actually I think I caught you out the corner of my eye trying to get your bike started or fixing your bike, or you weren't doing awfully. You're lucky. The isolation that I was in, and this hopefully, if the video hasn't shot itself, I'll explain it. But my brother actually had COVID, so on the Monday morning when I went to work, I got a phone call from my mum telling me that he had COVID, and I had to come home. And the boss says go home, so I went home. About 2 hours later, I got the notification on the app telling me to self isolate for 9 days. So me not having contact with my brother at that time managed to leave, not go into the house, took a test, not go into the house, and went down to my girlfriend's instead. 10 days later, 8 days later, I got a text message from my mum. I'm bringing your stuff down to the house. I was like, what the hell? So she brought everything that I owned down, including my PC. Just for context, she didn't evict me out of the blue. It was more I had planned to move out this September at some point, and with the isolation happening to her and her partner, it was a good time for them to decorate the room. So, yeah, 25 plus days so far, and we haven't murdered each other yet. Is that? Are you selling a gimp suit? No, I am not a sports biker. I do not own any gimp suit. But if I had the money, I would probably have one. Yeah, got it sorted. Throttle cable head. Fuzzy, it is always something with your bike. It's always something. If I had known, I would have actually came back because the run itself, it was all right. It wasn't. Yeah, it was just a lot of people and a lot of confusion. People wearing yellow high vises with marshals written on them, and it didn't do much marshalling. It's just been hectic. I think this is the second full week I've actually done in work, and it never surprises me how much work I have to do. But on the other side of it, I come home broken every night of the week. Yeah, I agree with that, Fuzz. If it wasn't for me, maybe running a few red things, I would have given up halfway. I wouldn't have done it. I would have just went home. I did the Southern 200 in Scotland last weekend. It was brilliant. Southern 200 Zeds, is that the Galloway? Is that the bottom half of Scotland? I'm very uneducated when it comes to that. The girlfriend's family, they're currently doing the NC 500 on a 1,000 Varadero. They're doing it on a Varadero, and they're absolutely loving it. The views up around there, I am 120,000% doing that next year. If I have to quit a job to go, I will go and do that. I need to do it. I had considered about doing it in the winter, but nah, I'm not going to go Scotland in the winter. I did one really. Yeah. There was a bit of confusion over the run, to be honest, Fuzzy. Technically, you can run a red light in a run like that, the police have to be marshalling that run. Technically, we shouldn't have been doing red lights, but again, some people were, some people weren't. Nobody knew. There was no do this, do that. Everybody was just fresh out. Yeah, it's definitely. I'm getting the feeling that it's a summer trip. But I've heard the camper vans they're wild up around that way, and I really don't want to get caught up in the camper vans, and I want to do the staying the night on the side of the road sort of thing in Applecross, and hopefully it'll be a thing. Hopefully gonna maybe get a sprint across some point next couple of months with the girlfriend to go and stay in a B&B somewhere, just up Fort William direction, sort of that way. Too many chiefs, not enough Indians. Yeah, well, Fuzzy, at one point the lead bike was doing more marshalling than what the 95% of the marshals were doing. And in my head, the lead bike should be the bike at the front, and that should be the only place that bike should be. April or September, 5 days minimum. Yeah, they are taking. Her family are taking. I think they're taking a good bit because I've seen the picture of the bike and it was pretty stuffed. The panniers, the boxes, then things bolted onto the sides and on top, and I think they're taking a week to do it, or they did it in a week. I think they might be back now. But it's just, for me, the RAF play in certain areas and certain times of the year, and I really want to go because I've done the Mac Loop and I've seen what happens at the Mac Loop, and I have a friend that tells me it's the same up around Scotland, and I want to do it. So is there even a group meeting before I look at how many? Yeah, I wouldn't say that about the American stunt community. That's just a bunch of boneheads on bikes that have crashed several times, and they don't give a hoot about road rules. And I know it's America, but I can't stand it. I will distance myself every time from runs like that, just for the sheer fact of somebody's going to get killed, someone's going to get run over, someone's going to drop their bike, someone's going to break down. There's only a certain extent a stunt bike is good in an arena, and that's it. Not on a road. I mean, take for example, proper stunt rider. You've got Bauer Stunts, his English fella, does all the BSB stuff, does all random stuff. You can hire him, come to CCAT, do a load of stuff. That's fine. See, as once you take that out in the road, no, I'm not that person. I've watched videos from America, and they're all out in their little stunt bikes, which apparently, when you strap a cage to your bike, just classes as a stunt bike. And I've turned them off. It doesn't interest me. Cunnings. That's a good name. I don't think I've ever seen that one. Bauer Sports or Bauer Stunts. He's one of the British guys who is, let's see, get my facts right. He is British, but he's also part of Icon Motorsports. So he is. Probably not. He's on YouTube or on Instagram. I mean, some of the stuff he does is pretty bonkers. So it is. Sasha is not a stunt bike. Sasha is a bike that is struggling. Any supermoto can be classed as a stunt bike, but predominantly for me, it is a sports bike that has been crashed. They can't afford to replace the fairings, so they bolt a whole load of scaffolding to the side of it, put a stupid big sprocket on it, and 4 calipers on the back, and it does about 50 miles an hour, and that's it. I actually have a friend who owns a stunt bike, and Fuzzy, if I ever get a chance, if I ever call in to him, I'll get a chance. I'll nab his bike for a day. I mean, you don't go anywhere fast. I mean, the sprocket, yes, it's good for doing wheelies, but my God, if you're on it, you'd only be able to go up the West Link and keep up. You wouldn't be able to go anywhere else. It does work better than my XT, but my XT was probably one of the hardest worked in the UK. I was talking to a guy, and he was telling me that he was actually looking at an XT 660 in the UK, and he showed me a picture of it, or in Northern Ireland, and he showed me a picture of it, and it was mine, and he wouldn't believe me. He was adamant. No, it's not. This is this guy's, and he loved it and pre-owned it. And I went, let me see the Reds number, and he said he looked at the bike, and he showed me the reg, and I went, all right, there's it there. And he goes, oh, why did you sell it? And I went, do you really want to know? And he's like, yes, Jimmy. I want to ask you, do you really want to buy this bike before I tell you what I had wrong with it? And he was like, aye. So I told him what was wrong with it. I mean, I've never seen someone who's so soul destroyed in their life. I don't think he bought it ever. I don't think he ended up buying it. Do you remember Ludo? Yes. Aye. Yeah, I do. Unless that was the one I didn't go to. I think I do know him. I think I've met him, but I don't know if if it was the same meet, or he was on a different bike or something. But he was in that case, yes. Even on the subject of the monkey meat Zeds, it was brilliant. There was an actual meet that people could come to, and I know it was in England, and then I got moved to London, but I would love to see it come back. And I mean, I think they've tried to revive it a few times, but it just, a lot of the people who were on the original just don't ride bikes anymore. They've got families. You've got the guys in America who came over. It's, I would love to see that. I would love to see a monkey meet again, because I would make a point in going. Fuzzy, I'm looking at the new bike. Oh, hurry up! Start this multi-million-pound clothing company and get one. Yes. Andy and Roland. Andy and Roland, they are the 2 legends from Switzerland. Absolutely love those guys. Still keep in contact with them then again. Still, when I get a chance. I used to get the odd parcel from them, like full of chocolates and stuff, and absolutely great guys. They were mad. I think if I remember correctly, they did Land's End or Land's End. They did Switzerland to Land's End to John O'Groats with your guy Arctic Rider. They did it with Arctic Rider across to up and down, and then they went home. And it's like, they should get a medal. They done more miles than anybody else. 100%, mate. Now that I'm in this place, I would happily put anybody up as long as the girlfriend allowed me. And I think that's what we were talking about. If any of our friends will have been talking to a few of the ones on Instagram that we are close with about, there's a spare room here if you want to come and stay. So Oh my goodness, it's absolutely mental today. I think Zed's Andy and Roland, I think, came from your house across to me and then down to Dublin that year. I'm near sure of it. Yeah, they're actually another. Angry is actually another one that I've got his phone number and I keep meaning to phone him just to say, "How are you?" Him and Pickle, absolutely two legends. Him and Pickle, Angry, and Dutch Rudder. I actually keep in contact with Dutch Rudder because he is actually a genuinely great guy. He's on and off social media all the time, and when you catch him, I keep meaning to go over and see him. I know a couple of friends of mine, Ross and Chris, who are friends with him, and they sort of keep together, sort of thing. So I keep meaning to get you know over and meet people again, but this whole shenanigans going on is doing my head in. When are we going for another ride? Um, when my life settles fucking down again. I haven't had a breath, mate, since that last one. Who's messaging me now? I think. Yeah, mate, I haven't had a bit of time to myself since our last ride, and even then, that was a couple of hours, and then we were away again. Yeah, Ross is a little shit. Ross is that one person that has all the memes that you don't want to be seeing. Um, Ross is my bud. I did that. It was the first year you came to his house and you put your bike in the van and took it to his house and did a couple of runs, and then it was like I think it was like 2 weeks later I came over and stayed in his house, and it was like what? And then we were taking a hand out of yourself, Seds, because you took was it like some ridiculous amount of time to get across or get down to him or something. I think that's what the story was. Fuzzy, absolutely, mate. We need to. Um, I'll keep in contact with you because if I have to play every day, day by day at the minute, I'm spread across 2 or 3 warehouses at the minute, and I'm just trying to make sense of everything, and it's just not working. And actually, today was the first day I got to leave work at 4 o'clock, and then I came home, fell asleep. So it did. It's been absolute craziness. So it has. Here's a question: if anybody's watching, when do we think Valentino Rossi's going to come back to racing? Because I don't believe his nonsense that he's leaving forever. Yeah, I 100% agree with you, mate. Um, you know my XT. My XT was probably as high mileage as anybody, but it was like, why am I doing this? I think from my side of that trip, it was what 6.5 hours. 3 of those, well, no, 7.5 hours. 3 of those were on the boat, and the other 4 were on the bike. And being on a single cylinder 660 with a tiny ass seat was fucking painful. So it was just one of those trips that I had to do. There's just something in my brain, I had to do it. Because Ross, me, and I think it was a friend and a couple of the other ones had we went to the bar that night and we just drank Guinness because apparently that's where I'm from, and I was like, no, I'm not from there. It was a good night. It was a good weekend. The whole trip in itself was good. He has a MotoGP team next year, so I think. What's the fact he's going to start paying himself to race? Hold on a minute. Adam's sending me dodgy pictures. Adam in the wig. It's always weird when Adam sends you random pictures. Oh dear. I think I remember Rossi a few years ago. He wasn't winning anything, and I think it was a rally team had offered him a place as a driver or something, and he was going to take it unless he got a better contract or a better bike or the bike that he wanted. And then just suddenly he got the bike, and it was just like, oh, whatever. And then the couple of years after that, he wasn't winning, and he threatened to leave and threatened to retire. And it was like, oh, just do it already. But I think the problem is now is Marquez. Yes, he's always injured, or he's always crashing. But when he doesn't and he's consistent, he wins. And that's pissed Rossi off to the fact that he knows he is not going to get that place anymore. No worries, Fuzzy. I'll see you later. Have a good one. You have you know how to get in contact with me anyway, mate. So have a good evening. Have a good weekend. But I think it's Marquez's turn to be the Rossi. I mean, the amount of money Rossi's making with with all them fucking tins of monsters that he flogs. Yeah, well, I think that was the same one as us. It's like just around the corner from him. I tried the classic take the Bank of Ireland pound note in and see if I can spend it, and watch the little person behind the counter's brain just go. But no, that was fun. It was. I need to do it again. We need to make it this time. We need to make it where you're available and I'm available and he's available all at the same time, and just hire like an Airbnb in the Lake District, and just tour the Lake District for a weekend or 4 days or whatever, and then just all just go our separate ways. I think that's a trip that we need to talk to Ross about, and we'll say to Chris as well. What is he sending me now? Adam's just sent me another posy picture. Adam, if you're watching, I'm gonna what you call that? Gonna dox you. This is the. I don't know. Turn this off. Look at this. Why is this man not selling tires? Well, yeah, I think I know why. He looks like one of those. He looks like one of those things off a Crime Watch. 100% said that has to happen. I'm allowed to go to places now, so it has to happen. Plus, we'll go for a swim in the lake that has apparently sewage in it. The them Moto Reavers boys, they've been doing some amount. I'm purely jealous of their Twitter, or not their Twitter, their Facebook. I need to hire them to run my Facebook because it would keep me. It would probably get me more followers quicker because the amount of stuff they put up, it's it's interesting. You know, I'm like across on this screen. Well, this way, but I'm looking this way at my screen and of my Facebook, and it's just them and their trips and their vlogs, and there's a wee bit of teapot in there, and it's like, how do these boys do it? This is so fucking hard. Let's see. I know this is weird. I'm gonna try this. See if. So, like, this is my Facebook, or this is the XT Donkey Facebook, right? These boys here, like 1, 2, 3. It's crazy the amount of stuff that they're sharing. Oh, we bit of advertising for work. I was there. That was the one we installed. Doing well, like that. Doing a bit. Or Gareth Keys' injury from Armoy is pretty bad, but he's back out and running. Do you remember Phil Tonic, Zeds? Phil Tonic, the old boy, and Red Renna, I think it was. Oh, that's crazy. It's crazy. Ross has got the TL back running as he has sold the MT10. Fuck's sake! The last time I saw that bike, it's spatted chain off. Yeah, the last time I seen his TL, it was No, actually, no. Yes, his TL had shot something in the clutch, or something in the clutch was going, and he was using his mate's Honda Blade, I think it was, and it was hanging together. It was literally hanging together, and it was sketch. Oh, there's Adam. There's your man that's sending me random dirty pictures. But yeah, no, your man's bike was just scary. And we did what? We must have done about 4 hours of touring about that day too, and I don't even know how his bike managed it. Hello, Adam. How are things? Hope all is well. This StreamYard isn't actually too bad. Adam, Zed's Adam. You two are literally like the polar opposites. Well, not. Well, one end of the country to the other. There's Jacob Johnson. What about you? How are you? Hope everything is well. Welcome to the live stream where I talk absolute nonsense for a bit. And drink beer and eat grapes. Right. Hold there a second because I'm going to get another beer. Just stay there, you'll be fine. To make sure nobody's burned the house down. This is where the big scale has disappeared. Sorry. What up, Graham? How are you? Whew. Sorry about that, boys. Had to go and get a beer. This one is the goat's butt. Everyone hide, you behave yourself. I semi know where you live and have your address buried in some Google map somewhere. Whew. I should bring the beer up with me so then I don't have to run and get it. Oh dear. There's Harold, what about you? Hope all is well. Oh, burpy burp. I've been trying to get what you call it? Test rides the last couple of weeks. Oh, it is not easy to convince the dealership to let me take a bike for 3 hours at most. Everyone's good, dude. We're surviving in this mad world. We're all jabbed up, which I don't know what that means anymore. Working away, nothing better to be doing. How's yourself? Hope all is well with yours. I'm now not in my mother's house, as you can see, as I did not decorate this room. These are not my books. I am not smart, so I don't have the ability to read. But yeah, no, moved in with the girlfriend finally after a year and a half, and kaboom. Oh, family film inbound. What are you watching? Aliens? Has to be Aliens. No worries, Ed. I'll see you later. Hopefully, we'll get chat with you for my next interview. Maybe get it in the next week or two. I'll give you a shout. Yes, Jacob, I got footage of the NHS run. I am currently trying to wade through it and find the parts where I didn't make mistakes and disobey the Road Traffic Act. Like 90% of the people. But it is coming. There must be about 10 or 15 videos I have to go through. And I haven't had a chance to sit down and have a look at this computer. This is probably, well, what are we on? 45 minutes. This is the longest I have sat at this computer without A, falling asleep, B, falling asleep, or C, buying something for the house that I need and looking for a builder that I need. So, yes, it is coming. It's just a wee bit away. as I said with the Fuzzy, I enjoyed the run. I enjoyed what it was for. I paid my money and they raised a lot of money, but the run was very badly managed. Marshals that were wearing Marshall high vises, not marshalling. I'm seeing a car at the Balls in the Falls pull out when we were all going past and watched a randomer on a BMW R 1250 put himself in front of it, and the car tried to go around him. Someone else put them in front of it, and the marshals just sat there and looked at it, drove on, and it was like, But I have everybody sort of gets a bit critical when I talk about that run. I have relayed all that information on to the person who obviously, or the people who have organized it, because in a way it's handier if you know what was wrong with your event. It means then you can change your event, and that's a good thing. I may not seen something that someone tweeted a picture. I'm going to see if I can find it. I want this, and it's not even for sale, from what I know. No, just show me the picture. Is that to make it bigger? No, that does not make it bigger. To make it bigger. Right, so I'll just do it like this. Share screen. Yes. This here. That there. I want that. Especially if it looks like that. I want it. I really want it. Apparently there's a Tracer 10 coming. And it looks absolutely mental. So there's that. There's this image that makes it look like a fat Tracer. Or there's that image. Sorry, I don't know how to work Google. But to me, that's an MT10 SP, if I'm not right. Or probably not. But if this is a thing, I will buy. Money, take, please. I would pay for that all day long. But I would have it as a second bike, because there's no way I could afford to run 1,000 cc's as a commuter. See, the strange thing is I'm in my girlfriend's house. This is the first weekend that she has gone out, and I am in the house, and I'm genuinely scared of every creak and noise in this house. I don't know why. I'm a big boy. I can stay in houses, but I am actually not happy with every noise in this house. How is everybody who has just joined? Are you all good? Let me know in the comments so we can read them, please. I don't plan. Well, I plan the live stream, yes, but I don't plan to wear these. I want to get a microphone, not a streamer one that sits over here. I might get a little snowball one or a Yeti one or something. Or I actually have a microphone that I can use, but I don't know if it'll work. Oh, you're all going away. You're all disappearing. It's not fair. I've started doing the TikToks now, trying to drum up more pimples. It's actually surprising how quickly a video on TikTok can go viral. So what I'm probably going to do is I'm going to try and keep this one at an hour. So give it another 10 minutes, 10 minutes, and then I'll shut down. But any trips planned? I really do wish I could get off this bloody island for a weekend. Not really. As I was saying right at the start, me and the girlfriend might be going boating in Enniskillen, because going for 5 days on a boat in Enniskillen is the same price as going to Spain, and I technically don't want to go to Spain because, well, everybody's trying to go there, and I don't do that. But I want to be going to Scotland here next couple of months. I want to maybe sneak over to Donington again in October, I think the last round is. I don't know whether I'm going to fly or I'm going to take the bike, because obviously Donington Airport, or Donington, East Midlands Airport is a bit of a bugger to get to from Northern Ireland without having to take 18 bloody flights all over the place. The only trip I've got away on this year is, and even then it wasn't a trip, it was a day trip, and that was the Biker Day trip to Scotland. Absolutely brilliant day. We lucked out on the weather. You can't say no more than that. And no, I haven't had the chance to breathe, mate. We have currently just moved warehouse, so we've gone from the storage centre in the Murray Road to Queen Street at the other end of Lisburn and at our own premises. And I'm telling you, it's dramatic. We're absolutely hammering. Everybody's giving 180 million%, and we're just burned up. I have a warehouse with a year's worth of stock in it that I can't even move. I've helping out in showroom. I'm helping out with the installs. I'm helping out with everything. I give up. What about yourself, mate? Have you got anything planned? I know a lot of people are jumping at the first holiday, but I can't see me getting away this year at all. I wanted to go to Cyprus in September, even just for a week. But I've heard that Cyprus is still on the shit list. And good old Northern Ireland is behind everybody else, and they're letting the doubly vaccinated people do whatever the hell they want. I know from Monday, and if you're from Northern Ireland, this might be helpful, this might not. From Monday, if you're double vaccinated, you're allowed not. You don't have to self-isolate, but they recommend you get a PCR test. Where were you about 3 weeks ago? I knew I didn't have it. I tested 4 times through the week. Man, I still had to sit in the house for 9 days. So yeah, I haven't got anything booked. I'm ashamed of myself. I was hoping to go 2 weeks ago down to Cork, but I just, again, I like to plan a trip and I like to execute it with a lot of time and a lot of thought and a lot of things and go here, go there, go here, stay here. And I had about 2 days to organise it. What's happening with the Ulster Grand Prix? Any updates on it? So, first year, they went bust. Second year, they blamed COVID. Third year, probably we're going to see the return. Now I'm hearing, it's just rumour. I have heard from a few other people that Ulster, Northwest, and something else is. Ulster and the Northwest will be back next year. TT's back next year. I've applied to be a camera assistant at the TT next year. You've got the Isle of Wight race that's coming up shortly after the Isle of Man, which, well, I think it's shortly after the Isle of Man, but I don't know. We want to storm the castle. See, this is the one thing. I'm not in a club no more. And this is at the time that I would love to be in a club because I know there's rallies going on and I would love to go to them. But I can never tell when they are. I know a few guys. We got JP and stuff up around where I live, up North Belfast sort of direction. I think he's going to storm in the castle. I know a couple of ones out of my old club probably might go, but part of me misses the club life. It really does, but I'm too busy. I can't afford to be in a club and do the things that I'm doing, but I still try and support clubs. But storming the castle might actually be one I might look at next year. Because there's always one in Scotland, really big one in Scotland. Aces and I don't know, but there is one in Scotland that we'd love to try. Oh, you're not in a club? I see. I would love. It would make life easier if I was. Where's the storm in the castle? County Durham. I just thought maybe I could go to that one that you're going to, and I've just looked at the dates. There's no hope I'm going to that. I am away camping that weekend for my birthday, because the 5th is my birthday. Oh, great. That would have been one I would try to go to. But not looking like it. About 100. I could do that in a tank of petrol. I've heard that. I've heard it around there really nice. I have heard that, but again, I'm one of those. I'm aiming. I when I say I'm aiming, I'm hoping. With my job, if there's a container due in on the Friday, I have to be there. It's only in if I'm off that week that I'm allowed off that Friday sort of thing. So I'm hoping the BSB weekend that I'm aiming for is empty. And I've asked the boss, and he says it's pretty much going to be. But I want to go over to the BSB. If I manage to get a BSB trip this year, I'll be happy. Last year was a complete bust. took the girlfriend over, spent near £400 altogether, and never got to see an inch of racing because Donington on the boat on the way over decided not to have spectators. That was great. Getting to sit in the hotel room next to the track and hearing, I was like, not happy. I just couldn't deal with it. Oh dear. Right. As I have seemed to hit a brick wall. I used to live in Newcastle one time, so now I know where it is. Well, that's good. I mean, it's great going on holiday. Well, going on a trip to say like technically back home sort of thing, or to where you used to live, so you have a lot of friends. I'm a bit like that with the friends in England. I technically have more friends in England than I do in Northern Ireland, and that's just due to the fact of this. I've stayed with a few in Nottingham. I've met up with a few in a couple of other different places, and I class them as my friends. And that's why I want to get to the BSB, because that's a central event that we'd all sort of go to. So, listen, I hope you have a great trip. I am going to go. I want to say thank you to everybody who's come in. Thank you very much. I know this one was a bit off the fly or off the cuff and random, but as always, I'm back. I'm doing this. I'm going to get more and more out. But as always, thank you very much for joining me. And I hope you all have a great weekend. And let's keep it going.